Anybody else got to add anything to the hot and cold topic on this, Patrick?
So I would say there's only hot and cold. There is no lukewarm wallets. You're either
Perfect.
exposed or you're not. But I do want to kind of add a little bit about this one. I'm not being endorsed by this brand or anything, but I just want to show people what this is.
Okay.
So this one is actually a physical piece of metal.
Okay.
And in this physical piece of metal, you can buy this for about 50, $60. And if you're getting into crypto, it's probably a good investment. I'll try to show people on there. Basically, this is your 12 to 24 word seed phrase for your keys. And it comes with these little metal plates. Now, why is this superior to a traditional paper wallet? And the reason is fire. Fire burns paper. Flooding burns paper. Well, it doesn't burn it. It destroys paper. So having something that's actually engraved into a metal card, something you can put your seed phase on, like this, is probably the most secure foundational layer to your crypto journey. You're not going to get this for your centralized exchange, your Coinbase, your Kraken, KuCoin, whatever. Those are still centralized exchanges where you are completely vulnerable. And for the record, if your funds are on a centralized exchange, you don't own them. You have access to the account until the moment you don't. If they go bankrupt, your funds go towards their debtors first, not to you. It's not insured. There's no FDIC, nothing of that sort. So the best thing you can do is to get to the point where you understand how to open a non-custodial wallet that is offline, and you put your seed phase in one of these, and then you do a will and trust, and you put it either in a safety deposit box and send a trust off to your lawyer, or you send it off to your lawyer. And that's the way that you're going to secure that for a lifetime instead of just a temporary fix that you're just hoping for the best. Kind of something I wanted to touch on earlier. And Melissa, I apologize in advance because I know you've got a bunch of listeners. I might drop a few of them off right here.
No.
So I want to talk about what makes a victim. And I come from a military background like Will, and you got to think about what the predator is actually looking for. And in the military, what we call that is soft targets and hard targets. When you're wearing all your armor and you got heavy tanks and you got machine guns mounted and you got a show of force, that's a hard target. But that supply convoy with just a Humvee up front and in the back, that's a soft target. And 9 times out of 10, the soft target is the one that gets hit because nobody wants to attack the hard target. When it comes to being a victim, I would say that the large majority, probably 99% of everyone who ever becomes a victim, frankly, of anything, and I'm sorry if that hurts somebody's feelings, it's because at that time you were a soft target. There was a predator in the area. They came into the room, they looked at everybody, and they said, hey, that person over there is drunk and vulnerable, or that person over there is looking for a little something extra and I could get their attention and they're going to do whatever I ask them to do. Those are the things that make you a victim. So as soon as you get on social media, you share family photos. I know it's rare on X, but it always kind of hurts my heart a little bit when I see people sharing family photos on X. When you do those things on Telegram, when you end up putting out things that give away your address, photos from your house, there's people out there on 4chan that can literally track down, a location of a flag based on star charts to the meter. So the reality is the more information you're putting out there, the softer of a target you are. And that's what makes a victim, especially in crypto.
Man.
Agreed.